Hello and welcome to a new series of SPFL Extra, the show run by the fans for the fans. It's a new season, a new start and a new presenter.
Hello,
My name's Douglas Kelk and this here,
it's Conor Ferrigan.
and the first thing we're going to be talking about is Scottish European football. We're talking Saints and Aberdeen, Connor. Saints and Aberdeen.
Yeah, I don't think you can say it's a disappointment, but at the same time, because they're going away from home, it's tough. Both teams have gone far distances.
Macedonia and Armenia.
But like neither team's got a win either, so it's not a big great thing to shout about.
We're talking about Aberdeen going to FK Shininja and getting a 1-1 draw. McGinn got a goal in the 79th minute.
Yeah, and then they were crushed by an 85th minute equaliser. Isn't ideal, but taking them up to Aberdeen, I fancied Aberdeen definitely.
My Sainties, however,
With Douglas's wonderful prediction of, what was it? Can you just remind me?
7-0.
And the final score of?
1-0 to Alishkirk.
Thank you.
Maran Manasayan scored a goal in the 55th minute, which led to Saints losing 1-0. The first time they've lost in 4 years away in European football. Do you think they can do it in the second leg?
I mean, I like the fact that this Armenian team's going to come far. They're going to have to come all the way to Scotland. It's going to be tough for them, but
McDermott's a tough place to go.
Yeah, always. My only worry is that I like St Johnstone as a kind of team that are quite solid defensively. And they've ground out a lot of nice 1-0 victories. I could see this one going to extra time, maybe. You know what? I'll give the Saints it. I'll say an extra time or penalties win to the Saints.
It's not quite 7-0.
No,
not quite 7-0.
You can't beat them 7-1. I'm afraid.
And so we think Aberdeen and St Johnstone will join Inverness in the next round of the
However,
Europa qualifier.
it will be close.
Oh,
We'll say that it will be tight.
Another thing that as fans of football we love is, of course, transfers. One theme that's developing: players are returning to their old clubs.
The first one that comes to mind for me is definitely Chris Boyd going back to Kilmarnock. Was really productive in his first spell there. Is he over the hill? Is it too old? It's a 3-year deal for Chris Boyd at this age. I don't know how I feel about it, but he scores goals. We know that. He can put the ball in the net.
Of course. Chris Boyd leaving Rangers. We'll look at Danny Wilson coming back to Rangers. Now, if you're a Rangers fan, there's no bones about it. That is a good sign.
That's a good deal, and I don't know how they've wangled him back to Rangers, dropping down to the Championship. You know, Rangers are a big club, but if I was a Hearts fan, I mean, it's not something you would look to instills encouragement.
But I tell you what, if Danny Wilson is, and I don't know, if he's a big Rangers fan, I like that. I like that. Going back
to boyhood club,
he could have been that in the Premiership with Hearts.
Yeah.
I like it. And returning to Fir Park is the always exciting tap-in maestro, David Clarkson.
Yeah, I mean, he's come back after a long spell down south.
No, he played at Dundee last season.
Oh, sugar, yeah.
Played at Dundee last year, scored 8. I think he's productive. I think, he's a known quantity. You know what you're getting with David Clarkson. You're not taking too much of a risk on him.
You're getting goals. He's going to be in and about the box. So, I mean, I quite like that. I do like that transfer if he can keep it up and score goals.
We have to touch on the champions. They've been dealing a wee bit in the transfer market.
Yeah, they have signed from Manchester City centre-back Dedrick Boyata, very young centre-half. But the real reason I like this transfer is they have acquired one of the best football chants known to man. Dedrick Boyata, Boyata! Boyata, Boyata! Perfect.
This guy has played in the senior side for Man City before. He's a good player. European football's not going to faze him. I like him.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely a good signing.
They've bolstered their defence, but they're also looking to bolster their strikers. And as we speak right now, probably by the time this goes out, don't want to say too much, but Nadir Chifchi will probably have signed for 1.5 million to go to Celtic.
I mean, Celtic continuing the trend of signing players from Dundee United.
And the big question is, Dundee United fans, are you okay with this? You've lost 3 of your best players. Gary Mackay, Stephen.
I mean, is 1.5 million enough to replace your number 1 striker?
The Jambos are getting continental. They have signed Juanma Delgado.
Or Delgado.
And we've got no idea. We've got no idea. But if we're judging by names alone, Juanma Delgado.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
I think he's great.
There's a lot of talk about Ali Mosturk being the new leader in that defence. And he's a solid player. scored that goal against Hibs.
Yes, he did.
But if I was Jambo, I think I'd be wanting to maybe see if they could bring someone in to play alongside him.
That's the interesting thing about the transfer window. There's a lot of time left, a lot of things to be done. And if you're a fan, you've got to let us know who your dream signing is going to be. There's still a lot of time, and we want to pose a question to you. Where's Faddy going?
PSA to all clubs. Sign James McFadden.
People chat about Faddy still having a season in him. Faddy's still got a World Cup in him.
Oh, easily.
We simply have to bring up the fantastic viral video which featured Dylan Easton and the rest of the... We aren't quite as good as Dylan and the boys, but...
Not really, but...
47 headers, that's mental. Big shout out to the St Johnstone under-20s if you need an extra player. I'm always
You just saw what we've got.
Yeah. Scottish football has a rich history with mascots. We've got some great ones that typify all the characteristics you want in a mascot.
Like Dundee United with Terry the Terror.
Rangers, they've got Broxy Bear.
St Mirren with Paisley Panda as well.
And Partick Thistle with Kingsley.
They've replaced beloved Jaggy McBee.
What's going on? First of all, Jaggy McBee, I liked Jaggy McBee.
Who
loved
didn't?
Jaggy McBee, a classic. They're replacing him with Kingsley, who, look what he's doing to the local kids.
Frankly, nightmares.
On a serious note, any publicity is good publicity. So let us know your highlights of the week by leaving a comment below.
And also tell us about your best transfer wishes and transfer targets that you want of your team for next season, and any topics you want us to touch on next time.
Make sure you don't miss any of the chat. Subscribe to the SPFL YouTube channel by clicking there. And folks, we'll be back next week.
See you then.
Have a good one.